So when we look at our playing 11 and the overall team, we were in need for a finisher. And that's exactly where Nicholas Pooran fits in for us. So very excited to have him as part of the Super Giants. A question maybe better answered by him, but it's always a tough decision at the auction table. But I think everyone's out there to build the best team for themselves.
I think we had big players even last year, and we're very happy with Sam and Raza. And I think it's about having the right balance always. So far so good, and fingers crossed to get what we want going forward. And it's nice to have Sam back. It's lovely. We had him at 7.5, I think, a few years ago, and then we lost him to Chennai. And I'm just so happy for him. These sort of interim auctions or sort of top-up auctions are sort of always dynamic, and sometimes teams need a player, and you go after it. But listen, Sam is world class. He's 24 years old. He's played over 140 matches so far. So happy to have him back, and of course happy to have Raza with us. I think it's good to have a Zimbabwean in the IPL. No, I don't think it's to do with India nor international. I think it's to do with the balance which you need, and every auction, that's why it's an interim auction. It's not a big auction, it's a top-up auction per se. But it's about what you believe is a gap and then plugging that gap, So it could be an Indian, it could be an international. I don't think it makes much difference, frankly. Listen, the core is good, core is critical, but from our perspective, I think we've had too many changes in the past, shuffled around too much. It's really about having that, the right structure, as your cricketers, as your playing staff as well. And this year in the main auction, our attempt and focus was to do that. Our main objective is to win, and that is the most important thing. Yes, there's a little bit of a glimpse of the future, but frankly, it's just to win. Our objective is to win, and I think from our perspective, we've somehow or the other stumbled and struggled in the last few years. We've done well. Last year was win one, lose one, win one, lose one, which wasn't very good. And even the game versus Gujarat, if you recollect, it was unfortunate. But that's the past. You have to learn from the past. So we've tried to plug the gaps we think are there, and try and go forward and build a more solid team, because we want to win, like everyone else.